can get me live again. So I just don't know what happened. I was there and then I wasn't there. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I don't know what happened. I honestly have no idea what happened. Well, we'll give it a second for the people that were on Facebook to realize I am back. Crazy, just crazy. There's like all kinds of like electronical things going on for sure. It's been really weird. Oh my gosh, there's just been so much weirdness that's been going on. So sorry, I don't know what happened. My Facebook Live just went. So I have been having that effect on things lately. I just don't exactly know what happened. I know that I was on Facebook Live and then I was not. I know that last week or a week before on my birthday, around New Year's time, I had my computer just, and then hi, and then the next day, literally my car just, and then I had some spam on one of my credit cards, so we had to that. Hi, oh, Lindsay found us again. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened. And then now we have the Facebook Live. Just that's my new sound for 2022. So I don't know what happened. We went, poop off of Facebook, and now we are back. So yay. So I don't know what happened. At any rate, I am so happy to be with you. I'm so happy to be with you all. I feel like it's been like this really crazy. It feels like it's Mercury retrograde energy, but it's not. This is still, we have Venus in retrograde, which is going to take us all the way through to the end of this month. We're coming, we've passed the new moon in January. The new first moon of 2022 is on the 2nd, right in the kickoff of the year. And then, what is going on with that? And then we had, we're not quite to the full moon yet, but it's coming. And so this is really the time, excuse me, to look at what is going on with you, what is happening for you that's going to help you kick off this new year in the best way. So this is a 6 year, right? Because we have 2 + 2 + 2 is a 6. So we have a 6 year. And this is going to be all about that relationships. This year is going to be about so much more compassion. And we're going to see a lot of healing. We're going to see a lot of healing of relationships. And again, and this is a time really, truly to be welcoming in. Wait, and my tea jumped out of my cup at me. This is a time to be welcoming in. Ooh, did I spill a little bit on me? That's all right. This is a time to be welcoming in relationships. This is a time to be welcoming in healing, global healing. Hi, Chris. This is a time to be welcoming in blessings and abundance. So with 5, we are like climbing the mountain. And we get to the 6th year and it's like, okay, we have reached the top of the mountain. And you hear me talk about this with full moons a lot, where we, the moon cycle is we go from the new moon at the bottom, we go up to the full moon, and then we're looking around what's going on, and then we come back down to the new moon cycle. And it's kind of similar with the numerology, that we're at the top. We have come up to like the top of a chapter, right? We've come to the peak of that, the drama, right? So now we're in the time of, and I apologize, we are like waiting, praying, hoping for rain here where I live. I have 5 oak trees out of my front yard, and they are just all thinking it's spring. So it's like, so I apologize for that. But this is a time really to be looking at, where are we going? So we've reached the top of that drama, right? We really had some drama the last 2 years as we were climbing up that hill. And now to be able to get to the place where we're like, okay, I can see a little more clearly now. I can see where I want to go. I can see what I want to create. But the question is, do you even know what you're looking at? And when you are just allowing life to carry you along, you could be seeing, it's like, okay, so I live in Central Florida. Hi, Jacqueline. I live in Central Florida, you see, where there are helicopter tours. Is a big deal here. So if you go down the highway, you can see the helicopters. They come in over the highway, they come along the highway, they turn, and they come right across the highway super low, and they land, because the place where the helicopter tours, like the big tourist helicopter tours, is literally right next to the highway. So you can see it, like the helicopters take off, come down, take it off all the time. If you get up in that helicopter and you didn't have the helicopter pilot to tell you what you're looking at, you get up and have this beautiful view, but you're not really going to know what you're looking at, right? And so even we have the big Ferris wheel, the big eye, and when you get up there, it has diagrams in the little cars that'll tell you, if you're looking out this window, this is what you're going to see. If you're looking out this window, this is what you're going to see. Because otherwise we get to the top and we have no idea what the heck we're looking at, because we're just like, this is so pretty. And that's kind of where we are right now, is we've come up to the top, but if you don't know what you're looking at, like, where are you? And so it's important, especially for the beginning, for the beginning of this year, we want to have an idea of what we're looking at. Where are we going? So as you are moving forward with, your January, have you taken some time to think about, like, okay, this is a 6 year. So it's going to bring more stability. It's going to bring more abundance. It's going to bring more compassion. It's going to bring the healing of relationships. What do I want that to mean for me? Now, if you follow numerology at all, you can add in your own number to really add to the 6 year and see, well, what is it that what is your number? And so you take the number of the month that you were born in. So for me, that's 12. I'm a December baby. And then you take the number of the day. So if you were, the 15th or whatever, that's not my birthday. But you add those two numbers together, and then you're going to add 6, because we're a 6 year. Hi, Irma. And so you add those numbers together. And so let's say it comes up to be 13. Then you would add 1 and 3, and that's a 4. So you're a 4 year. Okay, so for me personally, it came up to be 11, and then that's 1 and 1 is 2, so it's a 2 year for me, which makes perfect sense, because everything that I've been wanting to do since, January 1st, like since midnight on January 1st, everything I've been wanting to do is like read. I can't get enough reading. I'm like looking, online classes and seminars and whatever it is, I'm like reading, like I can't get enough information. I feel like one of those, like there was some sci-fi character that was like, need input. And I feel like that's where I am. And it makes perfect sense, because I'm in a 2 year. So, and it is perfect in alignment with what I want to create this year, because the 6 is about compassion and healing relationships and all of those things. So yes, new beginnings, Chris. Yes, 1 year. Woohoo! You are off on a new adventure, which is really exciting. Yay, Lisa! So looking at where you are and in relation to the 6 year and what's going on, that's going to make a big difference for you. So take a couple minutes, and really kind of do the math. And it's okay to use your fingers, because that's what I do. And really think into, what is it that you want to achieve, accomplish, be, to be, do, or have in this 2022 year. And where can you go? Because we're at the top, we're looking around, right? And 6 is a healing year. 6 is a healing year. Now next year, 7 year is going to be, the 7 year is going to be, again, coming inside. Like for me, a 2 year is more like coming inside and doing that learning, that introspection, that research, the input, getting input. And 7 is going to be that way too. Now that's global energy, because it's 2022. It's a 6 year for everyone in the global energy. And we add that to our personal journey. So right now we're in this time of like healing and growth. What do you want that to be this year? For how does that align with your numbers? And where do you want that to be this year? Because next year we're going to go inside again. So this is a great year of expansion. Let's not miss it, right? This is a great year of expansion. Let's not miss it. Now, I will tell you, I have had, when we started doing this, I did get a little bit of tea on my desk. When we started doing this, I had, 2 decks of cards on my desk. I had 2 decks of cards on my desk. I feel like I'm talking so quickly, it's making me cough more. And then through the time, I have like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have like 5 decks of cards on my desk plus 2 books. So it was just so funny that we've just sort of collected these card decks. I feel like, okay, which ones am I supposed to use today? So I felt into which, when I kind of put my hand over, I'm like, what is it? Which deck wants to talk to us today? So I've pulled up the messages from spirit guides of our animals. This is Stephen Farmer, who I love, and this is the spirit animals. And I thought this is a great way to start this year as well. Is really, let's see which of our spirit animals is going to be with us for a collective benefit for this week, right? So let's see. All right, so who do we got here? Who do we got? There's so many amazing, amazing animals that have such incredible blessings and such, oh, a jumper. The emu. Have we seen the emu before? Let's see. Emu. This is a good, oh, love it. This is a good time to go on a new adventure. Emu. This is a good time to go on a new adventure. That's fantastic. Now, these cards don't have numbers. So this is, I love this because this is really what we're talking about, right? That it's January and we're talking about really getting clear about where do we want to start this year. Leonie, welcome. There will, welcome. We're going to do a collective card reading. For those of you who have not been with me on a regular basis, we're going to do a collective card reading. We'll pull some cards, and then we'll definitely be doing some individual cards because you know how much I love to do that for you as well. So we're going to grab our next deck. I've been kind of drawn to Colette Baron Reid's Wisdom of the Oracle deck recently, so we'll stick with that one today. It's not a deck I've worked with a ton, but it was part of a program when I went to Sedona in, I can't see you because of my glasses, when I went to Sedona in November, and it was such a gift, and it was part of a class that she was teaching, and so what a blessing to be able to learn from Colette in person, but to really be gifted this deck of cards that I really hadn't worked with very much, but I really do like it. So plus the images are really pretty, which I love that. I don't love the cards that are like all skulls and things like that. I like the pretty cards. There's something girly about me still. So, all right, so we start with Clean It Up. This is our first card. We start with Clean It Up. And interesting because this is card number 21, so that's going to be a 3, right? So that's going to be, again, about not taking on things that are not yours, okay? So what is it that you need to release and let go of for yourself? But at the same time, this is so much about not taking on things that are not yours, stuff that is not your, And we get so, especially if you're here, you probably have some empathic tendencies, right? And so we get that way. We're like, we want to save that person. We want to save that dog. We want to save, I know how to fix that person's problem. I'm going to just tell them what to do. And we rob that person of the opportunity to experience that journey of healing and growth and development for themselves. And we get in there and we take on energy that's not even ours in the first place. And then we're like, whew, I am wore out. Well, hello. So just as you're going forward, especially as in this new year, just be really careful that you're not taking on stuff that's not yours, and that you are taking some time to assess and take stock. I can't tell you how many people this week have sent me like Google pictures from like 20 years ago, 10 years ago. They're like, oh, I'm cleaning out my Google pictures. It's January. Here's some super cute pictures. I'm like, oh my God, such amazing memories, right? But they're holding on to stuff that they didn't need to hold on to anymore. And so I applaud that release, right? I applaud that letting go. So looking at what things that you can let go of that are not really for you anymore, and being very cognizant that you're not taking on something from somebody else's that is not for you either. A couple other jumping cards. Okay, so this is Time to Go, and this is number 45. So that's going to be a 9 energy. So this is Time to Go. So this really feeds right into the Clean It Up, because, and with our emu too. So with our emu, we're talking about going on a new adventure, but with Clean It Up, we're talking about not taking things with us that we don't need to carry along, and also not taking on stuff that's not ours. But here we come with Time to Go. It is the time to move. This is the time to move. We've been talking about this a lot over the last couple of weeks, that this is the time to launch. And we've seen this theme come up a lot with some of your individual card readings in the second half of our time together each Monday. We've been seeing these things seeing these things about what are you ignoring? What are you not paying attention to? What are you denying? What are you procrastinating? What? All of these, and I find myself saying that to so many of you the last couple of Mondays, and here it is. It is time to move. It is time to move. It is time for us to get in the game, and we've been talking about that a lot. It is time for us to get in the game. Now, there were 2 other cards that jumped, so we're going to grab these, and then we'll shift into our individual card readings. So what I do with card readings for the individuals is if you have put a comment that says, please give me a card, I'm going to scroll back and I'm going to look at, who did that? I'm going to scroll back and I'm going to look at all the requests, and we try and get them in order, okay? So hang with me. All right, so we have the Thinker and we have Orphaned, and these are the other 2 cards that jumped. So this is the Thinker. Now this is 44 and we just had 45. So that's very, very interesting because Time to Go is 45 and the Thinker is 44. So this is telling me that this is like not letting us have the excuse of getting our feet stuck in the mud. Okay, when we can get our feet stuck in the mud because we think. I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to fix this. I'm planning it. Get in the game. And so the Thinker is reminding us that you can just sit there forever. And I love the fact that this is the card 44. It is right before the cards. Okay. But listen, I know you're like asking for cards. I know, but just wait because you're missing it. Don't be so typey that you're missing it. Okay? Because all your comments are like cards. I'm like, okay, I promise. But we have the Time to Go, but the card right before it in the deck is the Thinker. And so this is reminding us, stop thinking. Just get in there, right? I mean, just throw that card. Just stop thinking, get in there, right? Let ourselves get in the game. Because here's the other card, and this is card number 5? This is 5. I love this because this is card 5. This is Orphaned, okay? This is Orphaned. So this is what we were just talking about, being at the top of that hill, right? We've made it to the top of the hill. We've made it. We are not orphaned. We are with all the other people who are at the top of the hill who are looking out. But here's the thing. You're not going to find your people if we don't get in the game, right? How many times have we been like, oh, I really would love to go take that salsa class, or I'd love to learn about this, or I'd love to meet people who fill in a blank, right? But then, okay, we get COVID, I get it, but there's still places and ability and ways to safely gather because, here we are. So we get this excuse of the Thinker and the Time to Go, that we are holding ourselves back from getting in the game, and we're not allowing ourselves to meet the other people who have climbed the same mountain that we have climbed. It's like you climbed up this side of the mountain and the other person climbed up this side of the mountain, and you're both at the top and you're kind of looking around, but you're not connecting. We're not allowing ourselves to connect. And this is a really big piece of the COVID, dynamic, that we have separated ourselves so much out. When I was in Sedona and I climbed in Boynton Canyon, and I climbed to the top of the mountain that's there, and you passed the 2 vortexes, and it was just this amazing experience. But the top of the mountain was so big. Now you could go further around from where I was. I went up to look at the canyon mother who was looking down into the canyon, and I climbed up to the base of her, and I could have gone further around to go around the other side of the top of the mountain to climb all the way up to, not her head, but there's another outcropping of rocks you can literally climb up on top of. And I could see people from the ground. I could see people doing it, and I thought, I don't really need to do that. I'm good where I'm at. But at the same time, I was very, very aware that there were other people on the mountaintop that I could not see because of the rock formations that were separating us. And so the question that I ask for you is, what is it that you are separating yourself from? Because we get all bogged into the Thinker. I'm thinking, I'm fixing to get ready, to get moving, to get started. I'm organizing and I'm getting my ducks in a row. And I'm saying, just get in the game. It is time to go. It is time to go. So whatever it is, that thing that, and I know this message has been coming up a lot the last couple of weeks, but today I feel like, you can see how the energy is coming through me. I feel like I'm yelling at you, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to yell. It's not my thing. But I feel like the cards are being so imperative, enough is enough, that it is time for us to stop dilly-dallying, and it is time to get in that game. So we're going to pull one more card because because I don't like to leave it on any kind of like a yelling note, because the cards are always full of love. I mean, this is really, these messages from Spirit are just love. And I want to make sure that we're leaving it from that place. So this is card 6, which is so interesting because we literally just had 5. So we had 44 and 45, and then we had 5 and 6. This is card number 6. This is not for you. And this goes right back to where we started from with Clean It Up, which was card 21. So this goes right back to where we started from, of Clean It Up, of again reminding you that it is time for you to get in the game and not worry about what other people think, and not worry about what other people's opinions are going to be. And we hold ourselves back by not letting ourselves engage in those things because we are concerned about what others. And I'm telling you that right now, that is the end of that. We are no longer worrying about what others have to say, because, you know, I always say in my family, if they don't pay my bills, they don't get no vote, okay? And so right now, this is the time for you to stop listening to those other voices. Now, the other voices might be in your head. They might be in your head. And I'm not talking about clairaudience. I'm talking about negative self-talk, right? And so if you need some help with positive self-talk solutions, I'm going to direct you right to our comment section right here on Facebook to the amazing Chris Judd, who is the positivity powerhouse. And she can put, Chris, if you're listening, you want to put your Facebook page in there, because she's amazing about positive affirmations and helping you get your thoughts right. But I'm going to tell you that, you know, Mary Kay would always say, you know, if you have a negative thought in your head, you want to just say cancel, cancel, cancel. And I'm like, that is so sweet. Because in my head, like cancel, cancel, cancel wasn't going to do nothing. Because in my head, with the negative voices that I have learned to battle and how to handle them, it was shut the F up. It was not, cancel, cancel was not going to do me any good. I needed something awesome. Thank you very much, Chris Judd. And you do not have to be a mom necessarily to benefit from her wisdom, because her Facebook group is called Extra Hours in a Day for Busy Moms. I want to be clear, you don't have to be a mom necessarily to benefit from her wisdom, because the woman is smart. But I want to tell you that that voice in my head was not going to respond to like, cancel please. No, we needed something stronger. And so I really got into the habit of just stopping. I would ball up my little fists and be like, okay, you shut up. And you can even give your those negative voices in your head, and you give that a name, like Sheila, or like something like, I'm Sherry, that'd be Sheila. Be like, Sheila, shut it. Because it helps to kind of personify it, but also to make sure that our brain is understanding it's separate from us. This is part of me, but it's not me. Okay, so that we have that separation going on as well. So just some stuff that is coming up for me to share with you, coming through strong, because we want to get going. I just want to recap really quick that we have the emu who's with us to remind us that this is a new adventure. It is time for a new adventure. And now we have had, I think we're out of order now. So Clean It Up was where we started, just to let go of things that don't serve us, that are not ours in the first place, and to be conscious that we're not taking on stuff from others that isn't ours either. And that is time to go. It is time to get going, to get moving. It is time to jump. Jump. It is time to jump. Okay. And at the same time that we can be stuck because we think that we're thinking, and also that we think that we're alone. We think we're the only ones. And I'm going to tell you, even if you are here, comment to each other, talk to each other, friend each other. This is a community of light. This is a community that is all about supporting each other, because you are not alone. If you are here, you are 100% not alone. And that this is the time to be quieting those voices in your head, or even those external voices that are saying not for you. Those people, if they're not paying your bills, they don't get a vote for you. Okay, this is your time to stop listening to naysayers and people who would poop on your dream. No, enough. And I know how hard that is. I know how hard that is. And so we put a boundary, and we make a name for the naysayer. And sometimes the naysayer is very, very close to home, right? When I first started doing this work, my mother said something to me like, oh, are you going to put jingle bells on your ankles and put out a neon sign? And I know she was joking, but it was, painful, because she didn't, understand. And we've had a lot of conversations, and we've put up a lot of boundaries, and we've created a new dialogue where we can be at peace with each other. And not everybody is going to be as open to that. And I know that in that relationship, I am lucky that it's taken her a long time to learn and to understand, and to find that she even has people in her own circle who are like, yeah, when she couldn't understand, that they already understood and can help her get there. So I understand that it may be naysayers that are at home, but it is still worth it to stand up and take control and set boundaries, so that you are only listening to the voice of spirit, the voice in your mind, the voice in your heart, and the people who are in your balcony, the people who are here, the people who are in your inner circle who will love you and support you, and the people who have your back. We always say, don't take advice from somebody you wouldn't trade places with. Okay, this is the time for you to say, that's your journey, this is my journey, I'm going to be over here, right? Okay, all right, let's scroll it back and let's see. Beth, Valencia, Karen, where are my card requesters? Okay, now's the time to bombard me with requests for cards. Hello, Irma and JV and Chris and Lisa. Marie made it back, and Zanelle. Zanelle was our first card request. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to grab card for Zanelle with all of her. Is that a sunflower? She sent me lots of emojis. Thank you. All right, so now we have round and round. Ooh, round and round. So now what is it you're learning? So you're learning some lesson, right? That something is coming back around for you that's saying, hey, pay attention. Okay, you've been here before. This is the time for you to really learn this lesson at a higher level, right? We're never back to the same place, right? It's a spiral, right? It's a spiral. So you may come back around again, but you're coming around at a higher frequency, higher understanding, higher comprehension. So this is round and round. So what is it you're learning right now? Don't gloss over it and be like, oh man, I can't believe that happened again. Don't gloss over it, because there's a big lesson in there for you. Make sure you open your heart and say, okay, what is it you're trying to teach me? What are you trying to teach me? Because remember, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Although, okay, I'm back in this space again. This feels very familiar. What am I supposed to be learning from this? What are you trying to teach me? And it will come to you. Don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. Don't be like, I can't believe that happened again. Welcome the information, because they're trying to get your attention. Because you know what happens if you go around and around and you don't pay attention, right? You get the tap, the nudge, the thing, and then you get the whap, that cosmic bitch slap. Don't stand around and wait for that cosmic bitch slap to come. This is a time for you to pay attention and say, okay, what is it you're trying to show me? What is it you're trying to get my attention about? Okay, and then this is card number 25, which is 7. So this is also that introspective number, right? 7 is that time of going inside and really taking a look at, putting the pieces together. We've learned all these things. So how do we put these things together? So this is going to be a time of really important growth for you, Zanelle. Okay, Karen and Janie, thank you. And Chris Judd. Okay, so I really do just scroll back through the messages and try to grab the, go in order so I'm not missing anybody. So we've got Chris Judd, and then we've got Karen Fisher, and then Beth is going to come. I know we've got new comments that are down there. I'm going to keep scrolling. All right, so Chris Judd. Okay, so Chris Judd has card number 28. Oh my goodness. 28, which is 10, which is 1. And Chris, you had already said you were in a 1 year on a new adventure, so confirmation there. And so this is building blocks. I love this, because this is such confirmation that you are absolutely on the right track, and it is a building year for you. This is a launch of a new adventure for you, Chris Judd. You are absolutely going in the right direction, and all of the light is shining on this, because look, you can see that all the light is shining on this, and that this is that you are building something strong and solid and fantastic for your future. So yay, what a great confirmation for that. So yay, happy. All right, we've got Karen, would love a message, little heart emoji. All right, we've got Karen Fisher, higher power, card number 4. Okay, so you are supported. Karen, you are supported. This is reminding you, A, you're not alone. 4, we've got the, think of table legs. You've got that support. And 4 is also this great time of soul expansion. So this is reminding you higher power. and to trust spirit. So Karen, I would really encourage you to do a little bit of journaling, maybe some automatic writing. What is it that spirit needs me to know? What is spirit trying to tell me right now? How can I trust? Yes, I hear you. I hear that. Okay. How can I trust spirit to be more of a presence in my life as I go forward into this 22 year? How can I trust? Because that's, even if you just look at 22 is also a 4. How can I trust spirit to help me go forward in this new 22 year? So Karen, that is the message I have for you. All right. So Beth Boyd feels stuck in a situation. Can we draw a card on Beth's situation? Let's pull a card. It jumped right out at me. Beth Boyd, card number, I can't see the numbers, 39. New life. So 39, literally I have to do so many figures, 44 and 42, 42, 4 and 2 is 6. Interesting. So Beth, you may feel stuck in this particular situation, but on a grander scheme, your energy is being in alignment with the energy for the year. So allow that, the situation is, yeah, I hear that. So it's not that it's stuck, but it's the things are working under the surface to be able to free up. It's almost, I feel like your legs are tied and that things are working under the surface. I have this image. Okay, so for me, I am clairvoyant. I'm clairvoyant as I see things, clairaudient, I hear things, clairsentient, I feel things, I know things. But what I'm seeing and hearing in my head, Beth, is this image from the Chronicles of Narnia of Aslan the lion who has surrendered himself to the magic, and they have tied him to the table and killed him. And then the little mice come in and they chew on the ropes to free him. And the little girls from the story in the Chronicles of Narnia, they think he's dead, because he's dead. But the mice are chewing on the ropes to free him. And then he springs back to life. And this is what I hear in my head, is that things are working underneath of you, that your legs are like stuck in the mud, but that the mice are chewing on the things that are like the tree roots and vines that are holding you tight, that the mice are chewing on things to be able to free you. So there is a shift that is coming. And so what I want to say to you, Beth, is to really allow, because I know it feels uncomfortable right now. I get that. And I feel like a knot in my stomach about it, but I want you to lean into the trust if you can. I want to encourage you to lean into trust the spirit, to know that there are things that are working under the surface to be able to free you to move forward, and that this is in alignment with the energy for this year. So I'm sending you that. I would love to know how that continues to develop as you go forward. Valencia, and then Jamie. Okay. Man, JD's listening. I love that. Love that. All right, so Valencia has a card that says, time for a nap. And this was also a 6 card, but I got to tell you, this came in upside down. So this is a 6 card. I got to tell you, it comes in upside down. So this is not time for a nap. This is time to get in the game. So we are done napping. And this just really confirms what we've been talking about get in the game, get engaged. Now, don't wear yourself out, but this is definitely like you've napped, you've rested, you've thought, you've pondered, you've considered, you've waded into the water very slowly. And now it is time for you to jump. So, there's definitely something, a new opportunity for you, but this is reminding you that it's time for the nap is over. Janie, it is time for you to leap out of bed, put your feet firmly on the floor, and say, Spirit, thank you for guiding me forward in this new day. Okay. Again, it's in alignment with the energy of the year, because the card number is 24, which is 6. So Janie, it's perfectly in alignment with the energy for this year. But I'm telling you, again, it is time to jump. Okay, and Buddy agrees. Irma's in a 4 year. Oh, sorry, Instagram just fell off my computer. Sorry, hang on, please stand by. Instagram collapse. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So Irma. All right, let's see. Irma, let me just scroll down really quick. I'm so glad, Beth. I'm so glad. Hi, Janet. Hi, you are so welcome, Zanelle. Sha. I love that. Sha. Love that. Hi, Chris. All right, we're going to come, where was I? Irma Martinez is in a 4-year. That is fantastic. A 4-year. I love it, because that means, again, that you are being supported, you are being lifted by spirit, you are being helped to float through and to float above. And I know there's been some health challenges there, Irma. And so this is so great that you are in a 4-year, to be reminded that this is a time for you to bring relationships closer to you, and and also that this is the reminder that you are being supported as you move through this 2022 year. And the card for you is Yang. Interesting. So this is a 1. So the card for you is Yang. This is a new adventure for you. This is going to really take you into a new place. So as you are moving through these different hiccups that are around you and these different issues that you're dealing with, I want to really remind you that you are being supported with your 4-year, and at the same time, Yang is here to tell you, and Yang is that masculine energy that is, Yang is masculine. I always get those confused, but I think Yang is masculine energy. And again, it's that reminder of support as you move on a new journey. So I'm not sure, I feel like if there may be some sort of new medication or new protocol for you, a shift in your health journey, but this is definitely the first, like a new door is opening for you, Irma. And that is exciting, because it feels, I feel some trepidation there, but I also feel like, okay, like, so for, I told Janie it was time to jump, and for Irma, I'm saying, okay, we're going to take that step through that door. We're going to take it one step at a time. But it is, it is a reminder that you are being supported as well, and that this is a new day that's dawning for Miss Irma, and I love that. I love that. Chris Judd wrote a blog post about improving your self-esteem by quieting the voices in your head. Absolutely, please share the link to that. Ladies, I have known, and gentlemen, all the peoples, I have known Chris Judd for over 20 years. I trust her completely. So if you are so inclined to read her blog, I think it will be of benefit. I have gained much wisdom from her through the years as well. Shasha gets a card. Okay, and did we just do that? We did that. We did that. Okay, Shasha. So this card just jumped right out at me. So this is Never Ending Story. And this is card 37, which is 10. So it's a 1-year for you. This is a card that's a 1 of a new journey, which is so great, because even though it's talking about it's a never ending story, what I want to tell you is, as you're embarking on this new year, you have all the time in the world. Okay, please don't be feeling that pressure of time, like, oh my God, I got it, because you don't gotta. Okay, so this is, Shasha, I want to tell you to just breathe and relax. It's infinite. Time is infinite. You have all the time in the world. And even like, okay, so here I live in Orlando, and if you've seen the news, you know, we lost Bob Saget yesterday, right here in one of the hotels in my town. It's very, very sad. And it's so strange to me, because he just dropped dead. And my friend Chris, right before Thanksgiving, just dropped dead, had a heart attack, dropped dead. And we're seeing that happen. It's very unsettling, and it really kind of flies in the face in rational thought of we have all the time in the world, except for the fact that from Spirit's perspective, we have all the time in the world, and any unfinished business that person, these people may have had, it was material. Because like I think, okay, if I were to leave leave my body tomorrow, what is unfinished? Well, there's like that book I meant to read, and that blanket I'd like to finish crocheting, and it's all material. It isn't about the energy and about the soul and about the soul's purpose. And so I want to remind you, Shasha, that you have all the time in the world, that the things that we think are unfinished in our mind, when we think about, things so sad like Bob Saget, those are things that are not for us. Those are human trappings. They're not part of the soul's journey. My soul did not come here to learn to crochet a blanket. Okay, my mind does that. My brain does that to keep my fingers, occupied when I watch television or something. That was not my soul's purpose. And so we get caught up in these things that are material, that are not about the soul's purpose. And so, Shasha, I want to just tell you, you have all the time in the world, because you are also embarking on a new journey. And that is exciting. That is exciting. So allow that to unfold, but don't resist that urge to succumb to the pressure that we humans can put on ourselves for being like, I got it. So that kind of thing. So give yourself that grace, okay? All right, Irma, Shasha, Chris, I'm great. How are you? Card for Chris, a card for Chris. So this is Go the Distance, and this is so interesting. Card 47, okay, so that's going to be 51, which is 6. So again, in alignment with what's going on. But again, this is Go the Distance. This is another reminder about getting in the game. That this is the time, like this 2022 year, this is the time to get off the fence, get off the bench, get in the game. And so, Chris, this is a great reminder for you as well, that you are on the right path and that you are being supported. You are in that 6th year. This is the time that you have reached the top of that mountain. You're looking around to see, where am I going next? Keep going. That direction that you're going in, Chris, keep going. You are on the right track. All right, we got you are so welcome, my friend Zanelle. So welcome. Hi, Janet. So great to hear from you. Oh, Beth, you are so welcome. Oh, Chris, you are so welcome, my dear friend. All right, so card for Janet, who I haven't heard from in a while. So happy. What a wonderful thing. Okay, so card for Janet is peace. Peace. And this is 23, card number 23, which is 5, which is that there has been, we know that there has been a lot of drama, right? And this is reminding you that this is a time of peace. This is a time of introspection as we start this new year. And this is reminding you, Janet, that everything is going to be okay. And this is also reminding you that your loved ones in spirit are at peace. Because I know, I feel like, I want to say I know, but I feel like there was drama around transitions. And this is just reminding you that there is peace now and that everything is okay. So we're going to leave that for Miss Janet. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blog post from Chris. You are so welcome. Oh my goodness, you are so welcome. It is so my pleasure to be with you, and I am so honored, and I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy Monday afternoon. I know Mondays can be a little crazy, and allowing me to share some time with you. It is my pleasure to be with you. We will see you back here Thursday night for meditation right back here. We don't do readings on Thursdays. We'll do readings again next Monday. And that's not till February, so we don't need to worry about that yet. So I am sending you all so much love. If there's anything more I can do to support you on your journey, please don't hesitate to message me. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and always, always know how so very much you are loved by me, by spirit, how supported you are on your journey. You are loved. Mwah. Have a great week.